are
What's
you?
up?
How are you,
Good.
darling?
I'm good. What about you?
I'm good. I'm good. Did you get your Sunday nap?
No, not again. I guess I'm wearing off of them or something of that nature.
Really?
Yeah, I lay down though and I wind down, close my blinds, no TV, no light, but I couldn't really like get into a rest. So whatever. What about you?
I did get about 45 minutes in. I did a little OT this morning, so
Oh,
I was like, I
okay.
gotta get some sleep a little bit at least.
You work from home or you had to go in the office?
No, from home. Heck
Oh,
no.
okay.
If I gotta do OT in the office, I ain't going. I ain't even finna lie. I ain't even finna hold them. Like, listen, you got a better chance of me getting up, wash my face, roll over, knock out these four at home, rather than going into the
Yeah,
office. Because it's a
overtime at
process.
yeah, overtime at home always gonna be the easier go
Yes.
to at least.
Because you want me to get up early. I gotta get up at least an hour before I gotta be there. Shower, do all that. Y'all better off just let me stay home, do these at the house, and I'll come on in.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Right.
So, how
You
was
want
your week?
it
We'll
was
give them a
good.
couple of minutes. Give them a few moments. Let me digest my tea down.
Okay. Oh, it was fine. It was another week. I'm I'm ready for some type of not debrief, but I don't know. I need to disconnect for a while from everything, I think. Not a bad week, but I feel I feel it in my spirit. It's time to just kind of disconnect from everything for a little bit.
Yeah, it's coming. It's
Yeah.
it's it's listen. It's I was like, okay, it, it's coming. I've been trying to be like, okay, I'm gonna wait till you say, but about to tap all the way off the surface. You
Yeah.
hear me? I
And
ain't
I'm
get
trying to
I
hold off because I got something coming up next month. I'll talk to you about it offline. Nothing serious, but can't share everything with everybody.
hey, I understand that.
So
Listen, I usually be like, I'll drop off the radar. I won't say nothing for like weeks and months at a time. People calling, texting, what's going? Don't even answer.
every time
Yeah.
like yes.
Listen.
I'll do it for a couple of days. I'm not gonna lie. I normally don't do it for weeks, but I will do it for a couple of days. I think the most I've done it is maybe a week, and I'll still touch base with someone very briefly. But I think it's good. I think it's good for everyone to just kind of get away.
Yeah.
Even if it's just in your own home, just get away, from what you can get away from, because we all got responsibilities. So, yeah, we might
Right.
not be able to do the job, or we might not be able to leave the kids, or the husband, or the sick parent, or somebody, a caregiver, but you still could minimize interaction. So,
Listen, just let me not even have to think about it. Like I don't even want to think about nothing. Like just I don't even want to think about if I have to go pee. That's the type of disconnect I need. Like just disconnect. Don't talk to me. Don't ask me no questions. Don't even ask me how I'm doing. Like just give me that for about Sunday to probably Monday, Tuesday. No,
yes,
no,
like a 4 or 5,
no.
I like it.
No, I need Monday, but to just give it to Matter of fact, no, I'm lying. Give me 7 days.
He said, okay, you got your 7. Everybody say, nah, I'm going through the process of getting the paperwork, and I'll take it all the time. The law allows, period. Okay,
Listen,
so I know we're at 8:05. We could just go ahead and do our thing. So,
okay.
boy, oh boy, episode 4. If y'all go back and listen to this, the first 5 minutes, we were kind of waiting on a few other people, but at the end of the day, me and Farron always said that it ain't really about the numbers. It's just something that we like to do, and we hope that y'all are enjoying it. But we do try to give a little bit of time to let people come in. So we're gonna do our thing.
Yes.
All right, Farron.
So this is episode 4. If you haven't had opportunity, go back, watch 1 through 3. You can watch it on my Facebook page, Morgan's Facebook page, both of our Instagram pages, and my YouTube. So there's no reason to say that you didn't see any of the episodes to understand what we're doing. So we normally don't really particularly pick a topic. Last week was, I think, like one of the best episodes we did because we were in sync and didn't even realize we were in sync. And it was pretty dope. So go check that one out, right? But we're just two moms that have sons and we're raising and guiding them in life and just sharing our experiences. So tonight, again, me and Morgan, we kind of freestyle. We don't really have too much of a topic or whatever. But we're gonna do something a little different. Me and Morgan gonna have our normal chat, and then we'll start taking questions. Any questions you got, drop them in the comments, and we'll respond to them as best as possible. Morgan, I still don't know what my time. I kind of told you what I thought about it, but I was like, that's a little thick, and I ain't ready to go that deep right now.
Yeah, because we were definitely super deep 2 weeks ago. But if you decide to go there,
Right.
so I'll take the first 15 minutes. So pretty much, I'm gonna just kind of do my thing for the first 15 minutes. Farron do hers, and then the last 30 minutes, once again, we're gonna open it up to going back and reading y'all comments, any questions that y'all have for either one of us or for both of us. So definitely drop them. And Ebony, if you end up being the only one and you have no questions, then me and Farron are definitely, once we get in a conversation, we let it flow anyhow. But hopefully that's the game plan for the night. So I told myself that I was gonna be more mindful, guys, because I know that I'm not gonna say I ramble, but I go so in depth in my own mind that I be talking too long on these lives. So I am setting a timer for myself, which is awful because I never used to consider myself a talker, but it's something about the social media world that I talk a little bit longer. So timer started. Okay.
Oh,
So I'm gonna do. Yeah, I had to set a timer for myself. All right, so I'm gonna do a recap. So Rance has been off back to Tallahassee. This week will make 4 weeks. So we took him back on the 25th of August, and I have talked to Rance every week. Some conversations are very short. Some are maybe 15, 20 minutes, which is pretty long, just to be honest, because he's a young adult. He has associates. He has his own life up there. So week one, I think Rents called me every day, y'all. And it reminded me a lot how my mom was when I was 18. So when I turned 18, my mom went to the South Carolina. I stayed back here where my dad lives and my mom's immediate family. But I remember calling my mom for simple things like, oh, how do I cook this? Or how do I do this? Or how do I do that? So that was actually I actually enjoyed Rance called me that first week, and I really just had that flashback, like that first week, him just calling me, asking me for quick little things. I can't remember exactly what it was because that was 3 weeks ago, but I remember every day he called me. It was something simple. If he was looking for something in his room, because I helped him kind of set it up, and he has a lot of stuff up there, so I tried to make it. We both set up his room, and I went back and kind of showed him where everything was at, but he can't remember. Second week, I think I heard from Rance maybe 3 or 4 times. Once again, quick, simple little things like, between dropping or adding a class or, trying to get things set up with the car registration up there because that was new too for him. Then week 3, which was last week, I didn't hear from Rance at all. And if he did, it was probably one time. And so it's a good feeling, but it's new, right? It's still new because I am used to sending a lot of encouraging text messages, sending a lot of things through Instagram from, things I think he hasn't seen that's going on campus so that he could be engaged or he could be in the know. So I told myself too that I was going to pull back. Seeing that he's pulling back, it's like, okay, he's okay. I'm okay. This is our second year, but I said, you know what? I still want to keep him encouraged. So I did send him something last week like, hey, you're doing a great job. I love you. Have an awesome week. If I see something about like self-care, I sent that through Instagram. I know if he gets a chance that he will watch it. So now we're going to week 4. And let me say this. So back Rant's first freshman year, we had it pretty much like every Saturday and Sunday we would talk and we would FaceTime. Well, I think I have seen Rance twice. Like I said, he's been gone 3 weeks, and I have not been holding him to it. I said, if he's okay, he will call me when he's not, or if he just wants to hear my voice. So yesterday we had like a little conversation via text message. I was like, oh, this kind of cute. It's cool, you know. And he says, well, I want to talk to you tomorrow. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
You know,
Aw.
I'm like, because we didn't, last week I FaceTime him just to sing happy birthday to my grandmother on Saturday. We supposed to follow up on Sunday. He was in the wind up there in Tallahassee. Me, even if it was just in his room playing video games, that's what he's doing. So I'm pretty much, guys, recapping the last 3 weeks of my son, who is Terrence, aka Rance, who is 19, who's off at Florida A&E. This is his Florida A&E. Why is it AME? Oh my God, FAMU. Y'all got me. Okay. Anywho, and he's the only child, so you know there was some withdrawals for both of us that first year, but we're both doing better. So we're on week 4, and pretty much me and Farron just kind of recapping the first 15 minutes or so of our lives with our boys. Then we're going to go into question and answers. All right, back to it. Let me check my timer.
It's the
So
timer.
we're on week 4, and so today we talked. So I had text him. I was like, hey, because I wasn't falling asleep. I was like, hey, do you want to talk now? He's like, yeah. So we started talking for a little bit. And then one of his, they call him Sib. So he was part of the marching band. And people who, when you all go into the marching band for Florida 8MU or whatever, I didn't say Florida Agricultural
This
Mechanical
FAMU,
because
girl.
it's so long. Yeah.
FAMU.
They call them sibs the first years. They're sibs when they first joined the band. So him and Gianna, who did not go back to the band this year, she is always her and Terrence are always together. So she comes in the room as I'm FaceTiming him, and she's like, okay, let's go to the hub. So that's like their cafeteria on campus. He's like, oh, you want to go now? And I was like, you know what? Go do your thing with your homegirl. I'll talk to you after 9 o'clock. So that's the goal after this live is over, to try to catch up with him. Will I catch up with him, guys? Who knows? Because he rarely texts us back. But he does keep communication. Like one thing I will say about Rance, which I do love, even if it's later that day or the next day, he will send something. So I shouldn't say he don't text back, because I hear stories where some people don't hear from the kids at all, even in freshman year. I did not have that problem. I always heard from him, which was refreshing. So yeah, that conversation was short-lived today, but it is, yes, thank you. I don't know why I'd be saying it's, I don't know why I want to say E today. Maybe because I didn't have my nap, but I definitely know the school name. We got so much. I got so much clothes, orange and green now. Like I'm supposed to be an alumni. But it's Parents Weekend, so I'm super excited.
Aw.
Yeah, I'm super excited to go this weekend. But there is a tropical storm that's supposed to possibly be coming this weekend, early part of next week. So I pretty much had texted him today, like, hey, you need to go ahead and go to Sam's Club, get some gas, go ahead and get some water, and pick up some breakfast sandwiches. Because whenever the campus has to close down, yes, they will bring food to the kids, but he loves breakfast, right? And I don't know if he would miss it if he's sleeping. So I just like to be prepared to, as much as possible, in preparing him. But I already had water to take up there, because yeah, there's stores up there, but a lot of times I'll just go ahead and like pre-buy stuff here in Tampa. And when I drive up to Tallahassee, I already have my car loaded and just like take it to his room. So I told him, I was like, well, if I still come this weekend, you'll just have more water, which is perfectly fine. And you know, more the merrier. So yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on with Mr. Terrence. So for those who's just joining, I'll kind of recap again. So he's 19 years old. He's a sophomore. He's an only child. And last year was definitely an emotional year for both of us, because he's never been away. But this year, he's getting acclimated way faster, which is really good. There was 13 sibs that joined the Suits of Foam section, and out of 13, 7 of them did not return to the band, because it is very demanding. And so
Wow.
they chose academic over the band, which is perfectly fine. So a lot of them are hanging out together now because they don't know nobody else on campus, because marching band was their life. So I'm really happy that he has Gianna. He actually was kind of close with her last year. I remember one day he was having like a really rough day, and I said, you know what, you should ask Gianna for a hug. So I talked about this, I think, the last episode, where I said that there is this guy follow on Instagram who talks about there should be a hugging club on campuses because people, even adults, guys, you too, if y'all don't hug, y'all need to hug. Like,
No,
it's very
serious.
therapeutic. So Gianna was one of the girls last year where he was going through a rough day. He went to her dorm and he asked her for a hug. So they're really close. They're really cool. I got to meet her last year and I got to see her again when I took him up there to move into his dorm. So she's really like his like little female best friend because he does have a girlfriend. His girlfriend doesn't mind. And if she did, then, you know, that would have been a conversation they would need to have with each other because I definitely talk about, you know, having y'all time, your own time, and then time with your friends. Like, you know,
Right.
just like always about boyfriend, girlfriend, because really it's about school. So that's my recap. I actually have 6 minutes to spare.
Oh,
Farron, I hope you
I
got
see you keep
yours.
looking at the
Guys,
clock
we see
though.
y'all comments. We are going to go back and read them. We are doing a little bit different. So, boy, oh boy, episode 4. Pretty much we're both talking about whatever or recapping whatever we personally want to talk about for the 15 minutes each. And then we're going to go back, read y'all comments, and then we're going to open it to questions and answers. Y'all could put it to both of us or one or the other. So definitely keep it coming. I hope like Instagram, oh yeah, perfect. I can stroll back up, so we will. So the last 30 minutes, guys, it is your floor. I'm super excited. Okay, Farron.
My week button is interesting. It was interesting, but it wasn't. Let's see. Since 2 weeks ago, Tosin's working. Chance is now able to go back to drumline. Um, Tuesday through Friday. That's an adventure. So his day starts at like 5 o'clock, and it does end to about 9 o'clock, 9:30. 2 days a week we got baseball practice, so he was able to actually go to practice now because the rain had been stopping it. So it's been that. I knew his feet had grown, right? But I didn't know like they grew because I really don't buy his shoes too often. Like that's a daddy thing or whatever. But we had to get the team that he's with, they get the full setup. And so I was like, okay, I know over the summer is like a 4. Okay, you grow to a 5. My dude shot up to a 6. So I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Let's go and make sure we try these shoes on. So we go or whatever. And I was like, oh my God, like you're a size 6 and you're only 9? Listen, you better make it in this league, my God. Like you better make it in this league. Do you understand me? Um, it's really trying to get back in the hustle and bustle of getting him where he got to be, because he gonna tell you I got this, I got that. And it's like, dude, now he's like, Mommy, can we do 2 teams? No, we cannot. We committed to 1 team, 1 band. Last year we did uh 2 bands, and that stopped after about a month. I was like, I can't do this. I can't get you to here. And baseball, he played rec ball and then a travel club on 2 different teams. Listen, I'm tired. I'm tired. So that's been pretty much kind of the week. We did because I'm a huge advocate for therapy or whatever, right? So sometimes Chance has a challenge of how to communicate his emotions and his feelings, and it was starting to become a behavior problem in school. And I was like, listen, we got to figure out what's going on. So he got a chance, which this kind of off topic, but anyway, it kind of upset me. Did you know that there's a shortage on guidance counselors in Hillsborough County school system? Like his school has one guidance counselor. She only comes once a week. Once a week.
I did not know that.
Yes.
So we'll take this offline because I hope I can find some information, some resources for you. But wow,
Yeah.
that's
So I talked to them. They was like, yeah, he can go see him. I was like, so y'all don't have nothing like that. But anyway, so he was like, well, Mommy, can I just talk to a therapist? I was like, why you want to talk to a therapist, bro? Like, because you hear me talk about it? And we had a conversation. And I was like, if you convince me, we'll get you set up. He convinced me. So he had a second session on Saturday. And I think it's going pretty well because he learned how to navigate and talk or whatever. And the guy was like, excuse me, he was like, what do you want to set for next week, Mom? Because it's virtual. Because we couldn't find somebody to physically go in or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I can hear you. He was like, do you want to schedule? I was like, yeah, that's fine. I can hear you. Before I can even get that out, Chance was like, yep, same time, same place. I'll be here for you.
I love it.
Hey, Chance. Hey, like I'm not even upset with it because I'm glad that you open to it, and the fact that the conversation we had, that'll be another topic another day. But that's been pretty much the week in the last 2 weeks since, besides because 2 weeks ago was no, we didn't do Labor Day weekend, the weekend after. So yeah, and that's been that. That's been my week, my 2 weeks.
That's just 2 weeks. You want to talk about nothing else? We still got 11 minutes,
I
at
don't got
least 5, 6
no
more.
friend. Don't tell me because I told you that other one is too like. There,
Okay.
listen. Okay, I'm gonna say this. If you have TikTok, whatever social media, right? Go search this. I can't remember the young lady name, but we'll talk about this at another time because I feel like 2 weeks ago we went real deep and we're not going that far today. But she said, let me make sure I get it right. If I get it wrong, Morgan, please help me. She was saying how motherhood gives her PTSD. Go look for that speech or that topic on there. I know I seen the clip on TikTok and I've typed in motherhood with PTSD. Just go listen to that clip. We'll probably circle back on that another week or another 2 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever. But that really had me, it had your girl I'm still in a chokehold. But yeah.
So we won't talk about it too much, but let me just ask you, do you agree or disagree with the terminology that she gives to everything that comes along with parenting? Do you like that terminology? When you really think about PTSD, do you like that terminology for it?
If you would asked me this 6 years ago, I would have said no, because I was very immature what PTSD means, right? Now that I understand it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe I have to go because what I associate PTSD, it's hard for me to associate it with motherhood. I will tell you what I got from it without going too deep into it. Postpartum. And
Yeah.
postpartum can last a long time. To me, PTSD is trauma. And some people may have trauma with raising or childbirth. For me, I just didn't have that experience. But it's definitely going to table that conversation. I'm going to do a little research more around PTSD. And maybe when we come back, maybe I have a different thought. But for me, I didn't like the terminology to what she was saying. I understood what she was saying, but I didn't like the terminology associated with it.
It's funny you say that, right? So I was talking the other day at work, and I forgot what we were talking about. Anyway, because one of the coworkers don't have kids, and I was like, it was just a conversation. I said, someone told me one day in a nail shop that kids are a distraction, and I was like, why would you say that? I said, but when the lady broke it down, it kind of made sense. So, and she was like, well, I don't know, Farron. I don't think I would say a kid's a distraction. I was like, they are. It's not in a negative way, but they are. If you have a man, your husband, and you and your husband in the house, and your kids, they're going to somewhat at some point become a distraction. I was like, but I guess it took for me to really understand, because you don't want to ever say your kid is a distraction. That sounds bad, but in reality, they are. So it's funny that you said that about the PTSD. It just made me think about that conversation with her. But I could kind of get with what she's saying, and again, that's just because I really had to understand that we suffer from a lot of PTSD, like just a lot of stuff in general that we may not know. I'm gonna tell you how ignorant I was, right? Before my therapist brought it up to me. She was like, you suffer from severe PTSD. And I was like, girl, what you mean severe? I was like, again, how ignorant I was. I said, I ain't never been to the military. I want to be in the military, but I never been to the military. And she was like, what? I was like, PTSD. And that's what you're talking about? Isn't that something you get like soldiers or something? And she laughed. And I was like, I'm being so serious.
Right.
That's how ignorant I was as to the fact of what it was until she broke it down. I was like, oh, okay. You might be
Well, you're right.
onto something.
A lot of people do associate it with that. I associate it with just trauma. But like I said, I'm gonna do some research. I think it's definitely a great topic for us to go into. So I'm gonna catch y'all up because we're gonna probably start shifting, if you're okay with it,
I
Farron,
know.
into question answers and reading y'all comments. I'm gonna go back through the thread. I'm gonna read what y'all said, and then we'll start answering them. But pretty much, Boy Oh Boy, episode 4, we're switching up a little bit. Normally we do the majority of the talking, and we just read some of the comments as we're talking. We share our experiences with our boys. We answer each other's questions. We just have like, mother to mother talk, just to be honest, and we include you guys. And you don't have to be a mom. Y'all know some guys out there. We would love to have some of our father figures, non-father figures, watch, answer, ask questions. But yeah, so let's see, Facebook, Instagram, and Farron's YouTube. All 3 episodes are there. We know that they're lengthy. Last week or 2 weeks ago definitely was like an hour and a half. We are going to keep it an hour tonight because I was thinking, this is just me. I just be like tweaking off, right? So I be trying to think about like our followers or our audience, and we try to keep y'all engaged. But it's like, okay, how long will people really watch it? They'll do the quick, like, was it Tessa Russell, whatever she was on TikTok, and they watch all those. But I want to keep y'all engaged, so we try to keep it at an hour. But we appreciate y'all joining. So yeah, Boy Oh Boy,
Which
episode 4.
reminds me, not to cut you off, they really do be watching it through because the analytics tells me like we are like when they watch it, we're succeeding the 7 minutes, the 10 minutes. Like it tells me how long. I'm like, okay, so they're not getting bored. So okay,
Wow,
yeah. Listen, if we get
excited.
past the first 3 minutes, we Gucci. But it does show that it is starting a trend. So yay for us.
Yes. And so if y'all go back and watch the beginning of this, the first 5 minutes, me and her just kind of chopping it up because we were kind of waiting on a couple of people to start watching. But after that, we pretty much go right into talking. And so I want to real quick give a special shout out to Ebony. Ebony has been to every live we have had. She's the first one. And so Ebony, from the bottom of my heart, I just want to say thank you, friend. We appreciate you. And thank you everyone who, first timers tonight, second timers, third timers, one timers. We appreciate you all. But I did want to shout out Ebony just to say thank you.
Thank you, Ebony.
All right, so let me go back and read this. So if y'all saw Ebony's first message, we were talking about FMLA. She was there for the first 5 minutes, so I'm going to pass that. And then someone says, I feel you in that, so I apologize. Apologies when I was talking. Let me see. Jade says, when my mom dropped me off on the hill, she ain't hear from me for a week.
Girl,
Jade,
Morgan,
I've
that's my niece.
heard that
Listen.
from so many parents. They ain't hear from their kids for like weeks. One lady's like, I'm about to shut my child phone off because I'm in so many different parent chats. I was like, oh, thank God I had that problem. Okay.
Morgan, listen, we dropped her off. And I was like, I text her, if you don't answer your mama, she is like, we finna call out of work and we on the way Friday. Like, you better answer your mama. Like, it's funny because she did all that crying and then just ghost, like, for the whole week.
Honey,
I was like,
Jade
man.
was living her best life, honey, because when they say like Tampa ain't real, this ain't a real place, that's real. That's not a real place, honey. I'm like, okay. Oh,
Listen.
all right. The next one says, hello, moms. The excitement and invite is a pleasure. What a joy to tune into your talk show. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
You want to read the next one, Farron?
Hold on, Morgan. Let me go. Where we at? Okay.
Clarice, I believe. I hope
Clarice,
I said your name.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
My son has been gone as a freshman for 8 weeks and texts me every morning, but FaceTime me twice a week. Aw,
That's
my
amazing.
scoop.
That is amazing. It's gonna probably start winding down, but definitely enjoy it. I miss my son. It's only been 3 weeks. I miss him. I can't wait to hug and kiss him. So I know how important it is to be able to hear your kid's voice and to see their faces. It's even if it's just 5 minutes. Me, like at work, if my phone rang and it's rings, I'm telling the employees, please hold. Oh, you okay? Okay, okay, I gotta go back. That's literally me all day, every day.
Ain't no hold. Mute.
I got those headless
Oh
thing,
yeah.
and I don't know how to mute them, so it's awful. Okay, so it says, so Tiffany asked me, does this make you want to start over and have another one because you are an empty nester? Ooh. So, Tiffany, last year I used to call myself an empty nester a lot. Then I saw something recently that says I'm not an empty nester. I think it said something like I'm a bird launcher or something. I can't remember exactly what it said. But I like that because I'm like, oh, yeah, he's not in the house with me, but I am literally, y'all, still raising him. And that's why I'm so happy that I'm on this boy oh boy, because I am starting to see what my mother has always told me. It doesn't matter how old your kid is, you're still always raising them. So we're just in a different chapter. He's not in the house, but I'm literally still raising him. And it's definitely been a great experience so far. So do I want to have another one? No. Not that. I love kids though. I love kids. Anybody who knows me, I said this in the episode before. Growing up, I thought I was gonna have six kids. Then I thought I was gonna have four. Then I was gonna have three. I ended up just with one. I would have loved to have more kids, but I'm 44, guys, and I know women still have their kids at 44. But I can't see being 44, having a 19-year-old, and starting over. I just can't. Now, this is a very big, super big if, but it probably would not go down. I would have to probably get married, and my husband has no kids. Not because he want one for me. He has to have none. But I just be honest, that's kind of rare. I'm not saying it's not out there. So no, I'm not looking to have any more kids. I have two goddaughters. I have a goddaughter who just turned 8 last Sunday, and I have a goddaughter that's 4. And my goddaughter who turns 4, baby, she's almost like my daughter for real. And she keeps me on my toes. And she reminds me, well, I'm happy I got a 19-year-old. I love my god baby. I love her to death. She is the sweetest. She really is sweet. And baby, when she see her god mommy, she be on me. I love it. We have a great relationship. But I just no.
So what you saying, Morgan? We can't get a blog with you in your 40s having a baby while your son in college? Like we can't get a blog?
I'm living my best life too. I was one of those mothers who put self aside, and I did make it all about him, which was perfectly fine. Not saying you have to. I wish I had found a balance.
Right.
I'm still trying to find a balance now, but I like to go sleep when I want to go sleep. I like to get up in the morning if I want to cook. I like to get on the road, go wherever I want to go. And I've done my time. I done it, and I'm still raising him. Like I said, I'm going up the road this weekend. That freshman year, I will see him every month. So it hasn't really stopped. So it would probably be hard to balance a baby and a 19-year-old. Just to be honest.
What you saying, friend? You like that trend that go around? I spent my 20s and my 30s raising you. I'm in my 40s. I'm with it. See, I didn't get the memo. I didn't get the memo. Don't worry.
Yes,
don't worry.
Sorry. I'm sorry you're behind. I'm sorry.
I didn't get the memo, friend, but that's okay. It's okay. We almost listen. If I could just get them to middle school, I can coast. I can coast for about 2 seconds. I might not can 2-step, but I can coast a little bit. I can coast.
I'm living my non-college years through him to a certain degree, right? So I didn't go off to college. I went to HCC, Hillsborough Community College, and my girlfriend who went to Edward Waters in Jacksonville. I lived through her a whole 3 months. I think I stayed there in the dorm with her, act like I was in school. But now now my son being in Tallahassee, going to these games, it's a different vibe. The HBCU is a whole different vibe. I tell anybody, if y'all never been to any of their games or homecomings, I've never been to homecoming, but I went to the Classic last year for the first time. I know I'm a Temple person. Never had been. Never had been. When I tell y'all, even the adults, they're doing their own things with other adults. I have truly had a good time just going to those couple of games last year. So I'm excited. I'm hoping the tropical storm does not ruin it, because I want to go to the game. I want to vibe with the culture, and I'm not trying to act like I'm their age because I know I'm not their age. I don't have bodies like these girls at these colleges, okay? These little helpers right here.
Listen.
Okay, these boys.
To go back and be 20 again?
Yeah. But I'm having a good time when I go. I've met other parents. I have gained new friendships. I've gained alliances so that when things may be going wrong up there, that, the kids help out each other because we have the parents' numbers. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, yeah. All right.
It's a vibe. It's a vibe.
All right, let's keep reading, and then because I think some more stuff coming up for you.
Friend, I don't know. I can't
Oh,
really
I got
see
you. I
it.
read it.
I'm
So
sorry.
this one's for you. So it says schools are falling short on help for kids as a teacher. I felt the need to be a teacher, parent, counselor. I would leave a note on the student desk of whom I felt were having problems. Did they trust? Oh, it says more. Let me click more. I love that you were writing notes. So you must be a teacher. Oh, it says, did they trust me? Yes. We need more dedication with our teachers. Ooh, thank you for
Listen,
being a teacher because it takes a special person to work with kids. And I know all teachers aren't special, but that's super sweet that you were writing notes. Hey, Farron, this is really
you
for
know what?
you because you talked about counseling and stuff with
Yeah.
Chance. So
And I get it, right, with the whole thing of why they don't have it because they're underpaid. And I get it, like, we all have to live, right? I'm not stupid to that. But I guess for me, at some point, when does the money stop being the factor? Like, when
never.
does the money stop being the drive? Like, it's a problem. It's not just it's a problem. Like, and we're seeing it manifest and play itself out with these threats and all this other stuff. There's a problem. What are we doing to address it? We're not, because we're all running off to try to get the money, money. Yeah, you need money. I know we 100% need money, right? But at the expense of these are the kids in the next 20, 30 years when we retire, when we sit home, they got to be in control of what goes on for us. So why not extend to make sure we get them in better places? I don't know. I should have been a teacher in my life. I did want to be a teacher at one point, and then I just was like, and one of my friends was like, you should really go back to school and be a teacher. I'm like, listen, I might be a little too far gone. I'll still do or whatever for the kids, but it might not even be the kids that'll take me off. It'll be the parents. So no, I'm not going. I'll be the supportive parent. You can put me on whatever committee you want on. Do what I got to do. But no, because it's all unfortunately it's the parents. Unfortunately.
And I'll say this: I come from a family of educators or people who worked in the school district. So my mom worked at Alternative Ed here in Brandon. My uncle is a teacher here in Hillsborough County. My aunt is a nurse in Hillsborough County. My grandmother was a head custodian at a junior high school. And like you said, she took kids underneath her wing. So, Mrs. Lee, like I said, thank you, because I know that, yeah, we do need more dedication to our teachers. And like you said, Farron, why is it a money factor? Well, they barely could probably pay their own rent like
Yeah.
we can sometimes. And I say that because they are underpaid, especially in Hillsborough County. But it's nice that there are teachers who do it out of passion, not for the money. But I think money would help maybe drive the passion back. I think that's in any career to a certain degree. But I know in general it takes special people to work in schools, in hospitals, in nursing homes with special needs people. I'm not even saying kids as people. So yeah,
You know
that's my
what
two
I
cents
don't
on that.
understand though? I guess it never clicks for me. Everything has a foundation, right? You don't build a house without a foundation. If the foundation is shaky and it ain't steady, your house is not gonna last, right? How is it that a teacher does not make enough money when your first lessons are taught by a teacher? You don't become a doctor without going through this first grade, second grade, kindergarten, preschool teacher. Like you can't go here without starting here. So I can never comprehend or understand you got. And I'm not saying nothing wrong with doctors, lawyers, and all that, and attorney, whatever. They do go to school and do what they do. What I am saying is, how do we not take care of who gets us started? You know what I mean?
I
Like
agree.
this stuff that they learn is foundational. You can't be a doctor if the first grade teacher don't teach you how to read. You
Yeah. The system's
can't be a
backwards.
scientist if you don't know the mathematics, because guess what? That teacher had to teach you. So again, why don't we take care of the teacher? I don't understand it. And I get it,
Well,
the
I'm gonna say
professor make money, but the professor is nothing the
they
basic
teachers.
one kindergarten through 12th grade. I don't know. I don't know. I'm finna go get on the y'all put me on the election thing. I'm finna go run for it because we finna figure this out. I don't understand this. I really don't. And it irritates me. It really does. And that really irritated me to know that. And I get it. Like I told the assistant principal, I said, I get it. They want to get their contracted work, contracted work pays more and whatever. But I remember in school, we had peer mediation. If you had anger problems or something, like they had these programs aside for you that, hey, let's go and talk about what you got going on. So the fact to hear that they don't have that in these schools, and they wondering why things are happening the way they're happening and why teachers walking out, like, so we're not gonna address the issue. We're just gonna say, oh, we'll figure it out later. I don't know.
I'm gonna say this, and I could be completely wrong, and then we'll kind of move forward. I think that the resources were there, and maybe this is me. Maybe it was funding. Maybe it was also lack of attendance in those programs. I could be wrong. It just has me kind of like thinking, right? And then sometimes people don't know what resources the school have, and then the program dies out. I know at Temple Bay Tech they had one because when COVID hit, Rance's therapist stopped seeing people in the office as well, and video just wasn't doing it for him. So I had him going to the guidance counselors at Tech, and they got him into a program where there were actually therapists that came out to the school, and he met with her for like 2 years straight, which was amazing.
Wow.
So that program, I'm gonna try to go through some of my emails. Like I said, on the offline, I'm gonna send you some
I
information.
appreciate you.
You're welcome. But boy, oh boy, episode 4. Guys, we pretty much, me and Farron did our own 15 minute spill, and we're pretty much now opening the floor up to you guys. These last 30 minutes, we read most of the comments. We've addressed most of the comments, if not all. So we're have about 15 more minutes. So feel free once again to draw questions to either one of us or a comment so we can read it. But we're super excited to have you. Pretty much we do this every 2 weeks, unless it's like an off week with a holiday or we have something personally going on. 8 o'clock, same time, same place. So if you just put it on your calendar, same time, same place, every 2 weeks, then you can catch us. If you want to go back and watch the other 3 episodes, they are on all 3 social medias on Farron. So on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and actually 4th, YouTube. Farron has her own YouTube page. So definitely, guys, feel free to go back. Boy, oh boy, it's pretty much just us having some good old parenting conversations about our boys, things that cross our mind, our own personal experiences that have impacted us raising our boys. So I think everyone already knows, but I have one son, Terrence, aka Rance, for those who really know us on a personal level. And he's 19 and he's in his sophomore year up on the hill. And pretty much we are doing the damn thing. Okay.
That's why. See, man, listen. Every 2 weeks, this is why I know you had to be sent. Because the way you just wrapped that up, I'm talking about. You just recap that. Listen, they need to put you on a recap committee at the job. That's what they need to do. Put you on a recap committee. But no, guys, for real, all jokes aside, Morgan just summed that up real sweet. What we do, what we've been doing. And it's not really it's a platform because we can only relate to who we are, right? We're women. We can understand what it is from a perspective of being a woman and being a mother to sons. However, we are not exempt from saying, oh, a father can't get on here and conversate or have their opinions and stuff, because it is always good to see it. And we're not just saying, oh, I asked Morgan in the beginning, right? I was like, what do you consider a boy and mom? Do you consider a boy and mom mean you only have a son, you only have sons, or you have sons and daughters? Because somewhere along the line, the terminology, whatever. So we both decided, it was just like, listen, if you're a mother with sons and daughters, come on. If you're a father, come on. Because at the end of the day, we're all still parents. But me and Morgan will only and can only talk from a perspective of being mothers to sons. Is our opinions always right? No. Will we always agree? Probably not. But this is what you get. We're unscripted. We don't do stuff. Like every night I might text what we talking about? And she'd be like, I don't know, we're just gonna flow with it. Let's flow with it. I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm with it. But if you guys got any questions or comments or concerns or anything, put them in the comments. We would do our very best to answer them. Morgan, I guess who wanted to come on tonight? I was like, no.
Who wants to join us?
Chance.
Chance?
Yeah.
I said
Then he
it,
gonna
Chance.
come. He gonna tell my. Never mind. I don't have my glasses. First of all, it's dark, and you want to come on with some shit. Go sit down. No, you cannot come on. Tonight is not your night, dude. It's not your night. No.
Too funny. He was ready to be seen. Yes, sir.
Girl.
So,
Listen.
well, I think it was episode 2. Yes, if y'all go back, if you don't feel like going back to watch all the episodes, if you go back to episode 2, we actually had our boys on here. We asked them like hot seat questions. It was definitely a good little conversation. Y'all got to see a little bit of their personalities. And so we definitely plan on bringing them back. Farron probably have her boys on a little bit more just because, once again, Rance is away. But yeah, they are definitely their mother's children's. I would say that, and then they have their own personalities mixed within it. So yeah, we had a good time with the boys. So definitely go back, watch episode 2. Even if you just watch the first like 20 minutes, I think we did.
Yeah.
We had the boys on there, so that was a really special episode because we want y'all to know that like, yeah, we for real about this thing.
Yeah. We ain't just out here talking. I don't call everybody I got 2 sons. Now I might call some people my nephews and stuff, but I don't really do too much of that. So yeah, they are, it's funny you say that. Something he did the other day, and I was like, oh, and immediately in my head it was like, it's hard to discipline the you out of you, ain't it? It's real hard. Like, it's real hard. And you know how they say you always have, like, you can have 2 kids, same genetic makeup, DNA, all that, right? And then you be like, bruh, like, Telson was easy, quiet, he ain't really say nothing, you ain't hear. He was almost, my sister used to be like, he was mute because he really didn't talk or whatever. He really don't talk now. But Chance, like, bruh, what? Like, come on, you really gonna say that? Like, you, like, it's no, and then I'm like, you know what? That's you. That's you.
So we got another comment. So LaShawn, my cousin, she says, "Hey, cuz, we talk about our boys whenever we're together. I love this platform for you." So thank you, Sean. Yes, Sean, feel free to drop your expertise. So Sean has a son that's 1 year older than my son, and I don't know if he's already 20 or not, but I know he will be 20 this year. And once again, we already talked about like age don't mean nothing, y'all. We raising these kids until raising, guiding is just different stages of the parenting, right? My mom is still guiding me. She's not raising me no more. And I said this on another live. Like, I'm not really raising Rance, but I'm definitely guiding him. I'm raising him in maybe certain aspects, but I've already raised him. I've already gave him the morals, the standards. I've given him the tools, and now we're just adding. It's like a toolbox. I really just think about it like it's a toolbox. And I told you, like, every year when he turns a new age, I give him a new responsibility. And so this one, which this year I really didn't give him a big one, but I think the biggest thing was him taking the car back to Tallahassee because he did not have a car his freshman year. And so it's an older car. My grandmother gave it to him, and we're very thankful for it. And so the last 2 times he has talked to me, he's like, "Can you tell me where to read the mileage at?" And I laughed. I'm like, he should be able to see it. But it is an older car. So, which reminds me, he did not send me a picture today. But when I go, hopefully, to Tallahassee this weekend, that's my goal. Like, get in the car with him, really, like, go over this car with him. I'm like, boy, you've been driving this car this whole summer. And I've been telling him, you need to learn the car. So yeah, that's the new tool that I'm giving him is maintenance of this car now, because I'm not at that with you. I got the oil change before you left. We got tires. You got to do everything else. I gave him the mechanic. I am very blessed that we have a lot of family in Tallahassee, but because he hasn't grown up around them, he's hesitant to reach out. But I know I could make a quick call, and if they need to get him, they will. But I do want him to, start figuring things out. Like, I taught him how to check his oil, but Yeah, he knows, and I know he's worried about the mileage because I told him, I like, listen, if you don't have no oil in that car, you're gonna blow a gasket and then your engine's gone. So he's worried about that now, which I'm really happy that he want to know what his mileage is at. And I don't know maybe if it's a sensor that he can't see it, if it's supposed to light up. I'm like, when you see the miles, you should see the mileage. So I don't know what he missing, but we're gonna figure this thing out.
What kind of car is it?
It's a Saturn 2004. So it's a old car
It's
and it's a manual,
a,
baby. So
a
he don't know
yeah.
nothing about that car.
He
But hey,
probably
you got
has the push thing to make it, you know,
yeah.
on the dashboard.
And
Yeah.
I was thinking that too. That's where the mile should be. But I told him I'm a visual person, so I'm like, you need to send me a picture, and then I could show you. So yeah, we're gonna get that. So guys, we got like 10 more minutes. Please drop comments, questions. If not, we'll kind of keep bouncing back and forth. But we definitely want to hear from you. This is your night. We appreciate you watching, and the plan is
Let me ask
to
you
be back in 2 weeks.
while we waiting, Morgan. At what
Yes.
age did you teach Rance how to drive?
I feel like around 14 we started.
14? Were you nervous?
Yes, we were. And it reminded me of me and my mom because my mom nerves was super bad. And she was like, I can't do this. You got to go driver's ed. Well, COVID had hit. So Rance couldn't do driver's ed at school. He was doing it online. His dad was teaching him how to drive. So yeah, it was, I want to say even maybe, I think his dad probably really started him a little bit around 12 or 13. Me on a heavy was like 14, but I made sure that he got his permit like his junior year because I wanted to make sure by the time his senior year came, because he was in so many activities and his dad was talking about getting him a car, that he had his full license. So that was important for me.
Right.
Like, you have to have these things. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was. But what I used to do, I used to take him out early in the morning, or his dad would take him in the parking lot of like an empty place. But yeah, I still get nervous riding with him, just to be honest. I don't know if that's because I'm getting older or if he's still learning how to drive better, but my nerves be on the edge. Matter of fact, when we were at Tallahassee, I told his dad, I'm like, you got to ride with him and I'll follow y'all. He could follow me, but I'm not getting, I can't do it. And we didn't even take him on the inside. We took the back road on 27.
I'm with you now.
Okay.
I'm with you.
All right, we got a comment. So, hey guys, we see y'all saying hi. Okay, so Sean said, yes,
Hello.
he's 20 and he tells me he got this. So I just sit back until I need to step in. Yes, Sean. So you got him from the side, cousin. Yeah, he said he got it. That's all we could do,
Hey.
But they know who to call.
Listen, I always say you say, okay, you got it. Now, if this mess gonna cost me, you gonna pay every penny back. I wouldn't care if it take all your lifetime.
Because Farron, your son's 20 as well, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought he was 20.
Yes.
So yeah, you and Sean can relate because y'all both got 20-year-olds.
Yes. It don't matter, 29, 18, 16. They all start running together at some point because the 9-year-old and they think he 20. And I'd be like, no, bro, you 9. Sit right there. Sit in it for a little bit. It's okay.
So I'm going to ask you, Farron and Sean, do your boys have curfews at 20 and still living with you? Do y'all make them have curfews?
We had a conversation about that, right? Because my thing is this. The most things occur between 2 and 6, right? A lot of things go on between those hours. Now, if you got to work, you got things to do, midnight, what you doing? So I did kind of compromise. Like, listen, what you need to be out and let the sun catch you for? 3, 4 a.m. You pushing it. Like you pushing it. You need to be in a little sooner. Now, you might not like it, and guess what? You can always go and pay your own bills where you want to and how you want to and do what you want to do. It's not, it's also it's a respect thing and it's a safety thing. Because like when I first years ago, when I worked at McDonald's, I used to have to be to work at 4 a.m. Right? I can't tell you how many times on the interstate getting to work that I seen, what do they call it, a jaw of lives pulling somebody out. I can't tell you how many times accidents during that time. So it's like, what you out here for? Because ain't nothing good coming out of this at this point, that time of the day. So is there a curfew? Kind of yes and no. it's just a respect thing. Because again, what we out there doing? Like the club closes at 3. You're not a clubber, so what are we doing?
I like
Even if, let's just say,
it.
even if you was a clubber, slide through, get your little gyros or whatever you're gonna get. Come on in, 4:30. Why we hang? What's out there to hang? I don't know.
Okay, so I gotta
I
ask.
ain't nothing wrong with but Waffle House and you right about that? You
I
right
can't
about
with
that?
y'all these old school saying. I'm gonna say something about that statement. It's somewhat truth. I remember my uncle, and I was 21. I was living with him, and he threw that statement at me, and I looked like, first of all, I'm just going downstairs to my homeboy house, who you know. So, but I will say this: it's a safety. It's 100% safety for me all day. Because we all been teenagers, we've been young adults, and we definitely were adulting, doing adult things that we probably should have not been doing. But it is safety. And when we talk about boys and black boys, we already on the edge. So I need to be less off the edge, and you need to be concerned about your own safety as well. All right, so Sean, I agree. Respect the house and be in by midnight, but you need to communicate. Don't have me worry where you at. Yes,
Yes.
100%.
Listen.
Even with Randy being far away. Okay, Farron.
I remember I think I didn't communicate with my mom one time about somewhere I was supposed to be or something. And first, you know how you get that panic, like, oh my God, this, that. And then once they find out you're okay, now it's anger. Yeah, we don't have that incident. I was like, I'm worried to you ain't answer, you ain't this, you ain't that, whatever. Now that I know you're okay, now I'm finna be angry. Because now you done made my pressure go up. You done stressing me out. I'm over here about to go crazy. I can't call these people because the people gonna tell me you got to wait 24 hours or whatever. All this when it could have just been a simple hey, XYZ. So I'm with you, LaShawn. I'm with you on that. Don't have me worried. I got enough to be worried about on my brain. I don't need this additional.
Yeah. Trust me, with Rand's being far away, so we have the Life 360, and then I also have Sync Up Drive through T-Mobile. So when a car moves, I see it. So usually if I go to bed every night, and I usually go around 11:30, I look on the P360 to see if he's still in the dorm. Because of course other people have cars, right? So just because the Sync Up Drive ain't moving don't mean he on campus. Now trust me, I get it. He's up there. There's not much I could do but have conversations. But it's still the mother in me and the protector in me that just wants to make sure that he's kind of where I would like him to be, which is in the dorm. Okay. So most time he's in the dorm, I go to bed. One day last week, the Sync Up Drive go off. So that means the car moving. And it's like 12:30. And I'm like, so I watch it. I said, I'm not gonna say nothing because I don't want him to feel like I can't trust him. And long story short, last year he did not want to share. He has an iPhone. I still have an Android. He did not want to share his location with my good co-workers and my friends or my sister. But he finally shared his location with my sister. So going back to the Sync Up Drive the other day, I didn't say nothing. He went around the corner. He was gone for like 8 minutes and he came back. I said, oh, thank you, Lord. So now I can really go to sleep because it's already 12:30. So I said, well, he must went to the corner store or something and just came right back. Perfect. So far he has not been abusing the system being far away, but that's why I say it's kind of like guide him from the side because I've already gave you the morals. I've already gave you the tools. You just got to use them. And I know sometimes you're not going to use them, but use them when they really count. And that's going to help you too. So I love it. I love it. All right. We got like 2 minutes left. Anything you want to say, Farron, to go ahead and close us out?
No, man, I just wait for you to recap. You recap it best.
How to recap so many times.
I will have you want to jump. See, that's why I'm just stay on the Android. I'm gonna stay on the Android. I'm gonna stay on it.
No, on the Android, I have Android. It's called Life 360. I have that app because I love it. We've had it for years. I think I got it when he started high school. I can't remember. Maybe when he started driving, even his senior year. Yeah, that Life 360, the joke, honey. But he has, I'll say this now, I share my location too. And I asked him one day, I said, do you look at it sometimes to see where I'm at? He's like, yeah, I do sometimes. I said, okay, that's pretty cool. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and recap.
I'm just shut the phone off. I'm gonna just call in hotline. Hey, I need you to restrict to only me. I bet y'all get some understanding then.
It's okay, Val. You did miss it, sis, but if you up to it, go back, listen to it. The first 5 minutes, we were just chopping up about nothing, but then we did do 15 minutes Farron spoke, 15 minutes I spoke, and then we opened the floor the last 30 minutes to reading comments, answering questions. So this one was definitely a little bit laid back, but it was definitely nice interaction between you guys. This was Boy Oh Boy episode 4. The goal is to be back in 2 weeks, same time, same place. Sometimes if it's a holiday or if we have something going on, then we'll push it 3 weeks. But for so far, we pretty much have been doing every 2 weeks. So we appreciate y'all joining. If you want to go back and watch 1, 2, 3, and now 4, you can catch it on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. All on Farron's page, so make sure, because she is our social media queen. She's been holding us down because I gave up trying to download, trying to open up these lives. And so one day, very soon, we're gonna actually have our own page where everything is on, and y'all don't have to follow one or the other. Y'all can just go to our main page. Thank you. We appreciate you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.